What's going on, everybody? It's Joel here, back with the mic'd up kind of video series. I thought I would just kind of integrate the mic'd up workouts with just first impression videos on the shoes that I get in because it usually takes me a little bit of time before I can actually get a full review out, because I just want to take my time and make sure that I cover all my bases with shoes. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Adidas Dropset 2. So I reviewed these, I don't know, was it like early last year? Or the first ones, and I thought that they were pretty good, but they weren't really CrossFit shoes, and for the training that I was doing, they worked, but they could never really crack the rotation. I mean, they were a little heavy, they were a little big on me, and you know, certain things I didn't like about them, like the way that the heel rocker was, the toe spring angle on them was. But yeah, they were overall okay training shoes. They just weren't for me. Shortly after that review, Adidas reached out to me to take a look at the Dropset 2 and actually give them some feedback on the shoe. I honestly have no recollection of what I told them, but I do remember somewhat of what they look like, and it's pretty true to what they showed me early on in like the renderings and sketches. So first off, let's take a look at it. All right, so first thing that sticks out is the TPU sidewalls that are on the lateral and medial side part of the shoe. AdiWear 6, I guess that's what they're calling it, but yeah, that's your little sidewalls to give you stability and also give you rope climb protection. And they didn't explicitly say that they were for rope climb protection, but I mean the way that it was, but they didn't not say it either. They just kind of danced around the question. But I mean, if you look at it, it's pretty evident what it's for. We do have a dual density midsole. It's actually written right there on it. So this has a softer forefoot foam, and then it has a more dense heel foam to get more stability out of the shoe. Actually, it's funny because it says it on the inside of this insole. Dual density cushion, 6mm drop, so cushion towards the front, stability towards the back. And if that split is the way that it is, I mean, that's way far back there. An interesting thing about these shoes, obviously you can see it right now, that the insole is perforated. The bottom of the shoe has this little mesh metal vent where the torsion system, the midfoot shank is, and that is completely open. Like if you go stepping in puddles, your feet are gonna get wet. There's no doubt about it. There's no way that mesh vent is stopping water from getting inside your shoes. So these are not going to be they're probably going to be a warm outdoor training shoe, but like if it rains, don't expect to wear these shoes. But I will say what they were trying to achieve from the first drop set was it was supposed to be like a collegiate training shoe, and I would assume that this is the same kind of idea. I do also remember them saying that this is more of like a flagship training shoe for them though, not just like a little collegiate trainer. So, upper materials, we've got a mesh that pretty much runs throughout the whole upper. There's no, I want to say, other pieces, so it is like a single piece mesh that runs all the way around, and then you'll find laminated areas, so that you have more structure in certain areas of the shoe. The heel or the ankle collar on the shoe is pretty well padded. The tongue is actually a little bit thick and padded. And then it also has gussets on the side. It's kind of like a little booty so that you put your foot in and the tongue doesn't go crazy on you. Laces, nothing real crazy. Adjustable lacing. So this was like a TPU piece on the last shoe, and is now integrated into the side of this shoe. And I really like that about the last shoe. You could really customize the fit. I know I had some issues early on with the fit, and that I was able to make that go away. So if you have a shorter instep, you can actually lace downwards with these. you could probably somehow finagle like a lace lock, runner's lock in this. And then what else is interesting on this? So back to the bottom, we have the traction outsole, very flat contact outsole, very, very flat. The thing that I think I disliked about the original Dropset was that the heel was very, very rounded. And in this shoe, it's almost, I mean, it's almost completely flat. The toe spring angle also almost completely flat as well. And then you have some little grooves for flex. Not a deep lug pattern or anything, but I mean, for training, it's gonna be fine. And then you do have the midfoot shank in the way of the torsion system, which, you know, if you can think back to the Adi Power ones, you know, that was, I thought, what made that shoe so special. It was like very, very snappy, and I really like that about it. So these actually kind of remind me, like, just the silhouette of the Adi Power ones, and that's not just because I got like the core red or whatever, but like the actual, just, I mean, I think right here at the back part of the shoe just really reminds me of the Adi Power ones, which I loved. They fit a little bit bigger. I actually got them in 10.5. Almost all of my shoes have been in 10.5 lately, and these, they feel like they might be a little too big on me. The toe box is actually wide in this. I think that even if I went down a size to a 10 or just a normal 10, I would still have plenty of toe box space. There's no hot spots throughout. And another thing that I noticed with these shoes is that when I first pulled them out, I was like, man, these are gonna be really heavy. They're not actually that heavy. They're 13.1 ounces for a men's size 10.5. And I believe, if I could recall correctly, that was, I mean, the size 10 from last year's Dropset was actually heavier than the 10.5 this year. And the way that they feel is they actually feel like they're really light on your feet. And I still think 13 ounces is kind of a heavy training shoe, but they feel fairly light. So they have a pretty good amount of like flex to the forefoot and just like flex overall. We'll have to see if that actually affects the lifting performance of these shoes. So today I'm going to be doing some clean and jerks. I don't know if I'm going to get all that heavy. I'm actually supposed to front squat to a 10 rep max too, but I just got back from a 4-day bachelor party trip, and I'm like a shadow of a human being right now. So I don't even think I'm going to get all that heavy with my clean and jerks, but I mean, I guess we'll see. That's about to go down. Like right now, I'm probably save those front squats for like next week, because like I said, like definitely barely functioning right now. So let's get to it, and I'll give you my like in workout impressions. Okay, like I said, I'm not feeling too great. I had a headache all morning long. I actually just got back last night, real late last night. I don't know how well this is gonna turn out. I did work out. I did like a hotel workout on Friday, but I mean, there's no way that I was working out the rest of the time I was there. It was a good weekend though. I don't regret it. Well, I don't regret it yet. Yeah, so today I'm gonna go from 185 and just kind of see where I go from there. They want me to finish at like 85 or 90% of my 1 rep max clean and jerk, and that's just not happening today. I know it's not really in the cards for me to go too heavy today. But as long as I just keep moving, get moving, maybe make myself feel better, sweat out the, you know, all the toxins and whatnot, and hopefully have a pretty decent lifting day. So today we're going every 3 minutes for 6 rounds. We're gonna be doing 1 clean and jerk, and then rest 30 seconds, another clean and jerk. This morning was painful, very, very painful. I think yesterday I got like 4 hours of sleep, and the guy I was rooming with, his alarm went off like every 30 minutes in the morning. That actually didn't feel as bad as I thought it was gonna feel, but that's 95 pounds. I really like the foot contact on these shoes. Feels like they're flat against the ground. Might need a size down with these shoes. Got a lot of space in the toe box, a lot of extra space. So like when I go to jerk, I feel like sometimes that rear foot's a little squirrely. Here's 185. Okay, first one not bad. Kind of turned to my right a little bit when I caught. Not terrible. Not amazing though. If you're wondering what collars I'm using, it's the Eleiko magnetic collars, which I've never been a huge fan of. These things they don't stick that great. And I use them mainly out of convenience because they're just really easy to put on. You can store them pretty easily. Yeah, these shoes, they feel a lot lighter than they actually are. It's weird. Maybe it's because they're a little big on me. That could be it. But they feel pretty flexible in the forefoot. The jerk was a little over my head. Not the shoe's fault for sure. Could be my platform's fault for being a little uneven. Oh, that sucked. I don't know what happened to the jerk, but I barely got it up. Like power delivery in these shoes feels pretty good. Like they don't feel like they're vague or anything at all. They just feel really flat and planted on the ground. But they also feel almost a little, like I said, like that lightweight feeling. Even though they're not lightweight, they have a lightweight feeling to them. It's probably just from like how airy the upper is. But it's good. Another thing that I really like is that from the TPU guards, you don't get any hot spots. And that's something that can be an issue when you have like really raised sidewalls like that. It could press up into like the sides of your feet. I'm not feeling that with these shoes. I feel like my clean is a little off. I'm not getting the bar as high as I could. Definitely a CNS thing, not the shoes. Those are both pretty decent. 6mm drop. Definitely feels a little bit higher at the heel than it does in the forefoot. I like the way that the pitch goes. I want to say still pretty gradual, but you definitely feel that the heel is higher. But since there's really no toe spring angle, it doesn't have that forward pitch that you can get. Yeah, don't notice that the front part of the shoe is that much softer than the rear. The rear is probably, I mean, if you like really look for it, it is actually probably a little bit more firm towards the back of the shoe and not necessarily like right under your heel, which is actually, it's pretty good. I like that feeling. Forefoot cushioning is definitely not soft though. It's just a little bit softer. Yeah, you can kind of squish it with your toes, but it rebounds pretty quickly. Feels pretty reactive. First one was pretty good. Clean went up pretty high. Jerk went up well. Last one was short on both. Definitely gonna need to adjust these laces. Play around with that. My right slipping a little bit. My left not so much of a problem. I had a pre-existing ankle injury, my right, where my foot it doesn't sit right anymore. So I get the most heel slip on my right foot because of the way that it's just positioned now. Sweating literal tequila right now. Hey, grip on the platform is also pretty good with these. Something that I usually only notice when the grip is bad. And this platform is pretty dirty, pretty dusty, never has the best grip. Okay, last one, we'll go for that 225. Okay, not terrible. Jerk is a little short. Clean felt like it took a little bit more out of me to do, but I think I got a pretty decent pull on it. Like my feet caved in because I caught that way wide. But the jerk was okay on that one. So the shoes, so far, I actually really like them. They don't, like I said, they don't feel heavy. They don't even feel clunky. They feel real flat to the ground, which I love. I mean, I just put these on as hungover as I am, and still was able to clean pretty well and jerk pretty well, that's the main one, because I normally am I'm not great at jerking. Yeah, the fit is wide, especially in the toe box. I really like the feel, and the grip was really good on them as well. Yeah, overall, seems pretty good right now. We'll see how that changes as time goes on. You know, obviously I gotta see how the dual density holds up to actual heavy lifts, squat, deadlift. But so far, clean and jerks, not bad. Yeah, if you guys have any questions about the Dropset 2s you want me to answer, just let me know in the comment section. Hello, guys, thanks for watching.